Hello all, welcome back to my channel, and today we are discussing the topic of IAM on exclusively on practical basis. And if you want to understanding what is IAM theory of basis of like what is users, groups, policies, roles in theory, please watch my previous video so you can understanding what is IAM on theory basis. And this video will let's deep dive into like what is IAM on practical basis. We'll start from the topic of users. Okay, just open your console, AWS console, and search here IAM. You can get to know here. You will get IAM dashboard in your AWS console, and in the search bar, in the sidebar, you will can notice like users, roles, policies, and groups. User group. Suppose a new employee join into organization, the IAM team usually assign like create. They used to create a user. Suppose the username is Ram, and we want to give any console management. You have to select this option, and you want to create right IAM user. So just create, and you are taking auto generated password, and user must create a new password. You will usually select this. If you want like if the user want to create a new password, you have to give this option, or for ease of understanding I'm not typing anything. You have to select next, and suppose here we have to select if I didn't give any group. Suppose if there is some groups, which I mean like as I mentioned in my previous video, if the user belong to separate one group or another group, so we have to the groups will be visible here. So I'm taking latter for understanding concept wise. So I'm just taking like understanding. Just select here. I'll discuss in what is groups in next topic in this video only, but let me create a user. See here we are getting console sign in, username and password. So I'm taking like new incognito mode window for understanding what we are going to access here, or else we can take this console sign in, copy here, sign in here. Both are similarly, but you will get like account ID. We can from here also we can sign in from here also, like, but we have to give like account ID and password. So for understanding I'm just copying. So you can also from you have to give ID and username. What is username? As guess Ram, and password, console password. Just sign in. See, you can notice Ram at the rate of accounts, which means that these users belong to the particular, and just make it next, done. See, he didn't have any access denied to service because this person doesn't have any permission for policies. If you want to access EC2, you don't have access for EC2. Why? Because only creating user doesn't give any permission. You have to attach the policies, then only the user will get the permission to do any operation. See, I am giving example. See, you are getting all the API errors. Why? Because the user doesn't have permission for do any operation. By attaching only policies, this user will get the permission to do any operation. So I am just giving example for another S3 also. See, I already created for understanding S3 bucket, but here he doesn't have any permission. Why? Because we didn't give policies. Understanding, I'm just check it. It will say a pop-up of error. Sorry, other name. Create bucket. It will show error, failed to create, because it was showing S3 create bucket permissions required. So we were going to our main console root account, save. I'll save notepad. We will save somewhere. Okay. In this sphere console, we are going to the user section. Let me return to user list. It's saying that you want to download. Let me download. That's okay. It was download. Return to user list. Here there are two users, SD and RAM. So new employee, if it is an individual employee, we have to assign the policies. We have to assign the permission for policies. We can create two policies, add policies or create inline policies. So basically, if the AWS given inbuilt policies, we can give from add permissions like policies. If the user is like, if you want to create multiple things, like we want to create our own policies, we have to do create inline policies. We'll discuss in detail in the upcoming section. And for understanding of topic of users, we are going to create add permissions for the policies. Permissions policies both are same, and we are attaching the policies directly. Suppose I am creating S3 full access, Amazon S3 full access. So next, add permissions. Yeah, this one now permission is got access. So now if the previously it was showing failed to create, now if I click again, it will create. Yeah, you notice, right? Previously it was given red pop-up. Now it was created. Why? Because the only user doesn't give any access. Only user with policies or permissions, only it is possible to do all the operation. Users with policies, or else group with policies. Group in terms of whatever the user. I am discussing groups. Here you can create a group. Suppose if you create some group is database or EC2 instance group, or you can say anything, database, anything. There are two employees. If you want to do add these two employees, add, and if you want to give EC2 full access, yeah, we are giving EC2 full access, create user. So the EC2 instances, we are added a permission for policy of EC2 instance. So previously when I shown that EC2, it was showing red pop-up, but now this user RAM can access EC2. Now we can access and do any operation from here, and we will do understanding AWS console, how to configuration everything. So here we are going to EC2 instances, and for understanding for how to configuration of everything, I am just I already started one instances for how to like AWS configuration everything. Yeah, we got. See, now we are discussing the how to configuration AWS configuration. Suppose the user Ram wants to do operation of EC2 instances. We need to everything like suppose here the root user want to configuration any he started a server and he want to configuration of services, so he had to make configuration of AWS configure. So it will access key, secret key, region and output. We have to give all the things, then only it is possible for this server to access and do console operation. So I'm just give for understanding, I'm taking one AWS, like let me go to user Ram and we want to give like developer accesses. So we have to give here security credentials. We can give like if this user we are in the root account, and if you want to give manage console access, we can do from here. And if you want to give any multi-factor authentication, we can give here. And if you want to give like access keys, we can generate for user this access keys from here, and understand recommendation way I can give. Okay, next I can directly see it. So this RAM has no access key. So if this access key, just copy access key and paste here, just give. I'm just understanding for taking this account, but you can take any you can run any instances, but make sure don't give your access key and secret to anyone. Just for understanding, I'm just logging here and paste your secret key also here. Copy here. So if the region is like AP South Mumbai region, you have to select AP South one and just select default. So now we are started the console from here. See, previous this RAM has now access of S3. How we will get to know? See, AWS S3 LS. See, we will get to know all the S3 buckets which was created, and these are all permission for him. Previously only permission, without permission he doesn't give access. Suppose if we go to here and if the user RAM doesn't give any permission, suppose I am taking out what is given permission, I am removing the permission, so you can understand here, remove. Now this RAM doesn't have permission. Suppose I am just going to command S3 LS. So now it doesn't give any permission, it will throw error. Why? Because only user without policies doesn't have any permission to do, so your access is denied. So you understanding what is like user, what is group, and now it is policies. So and you'll also understand how to configuration like AWS, like on root user access keys we understand. Now we are discussing what is like role. You have to understanding very carefully, because lot of user don't get to know what is like, it get trouble initial time. So I am make you understanding what is role. So what role is, one AWS service wants to talk with other AWS service. Suppose if the service is EC2 instance and here another service is database. So if EC2 instance want to talk with a database without role, not possible. how, so we have to understand how to give assign the role. So suppose I am creating one EC2 instances from starting. You have to take like a starting for understanding. Launch instance, just give all the things. I'm just taking for our old US West one. It was loading. I'm taking instance name as practice key, practice role. We didn't give an SNE role, but I'm just taking the name as. Was loading. Let it just select. Yeah, AMI. I'm just taking like understanding here. Take like key pair. I already generated one key. It will be visible here. Yeah, test key. I will discuss this network setting in the upcoming video. What is the how to configure sneaking. So for understanding, I am just selecting here this already existed. I will understand. I will create a particular video on all the topic of how to do everything like VPC subnets and everything. And we can give a data what are the storage we have to give here. Yeah, it was done. Just launch instance. Yeah, we are into console of here. Just let it connect. See, it was empty instances. We didn't go any role. So if we want to try to access database AWS S3 LS, it will throw error. Why? Even here also I had to give all the configuration like S3 everything. They're asking like you have to give AWS configure and you have to command. So for understanding, I already given here all the AWS S3 and everything. Here AWS S3 LS, it will give error. Why? This user doesn't if in this particular instances which was started by RAM doesn't have permission role to access other services. So for this only we are going to start AWS S3. So what I have to doing is I'm just creating, I'm going to AWS EC2 instances. Going to AWS IAM. Go to role. Just here give like you have to create one role. You have to give like AWS service, AWS account, anything we have to give. Remember, here we are starting EC2 instances to accessing other. So remember, starting is important. You are giving this role for EC2 accessing for other. So remember that, very important here. And the instances of EC2, what we are giving to permission. If we are going to give permission for S3 full access, then only it is possible for this instance to access other. Role name, practice role, yeah, here we are getting permission. See, remember, only creating the role doesn't have anything. You have to attach to the role, then only it is possible for accessing all the instance. You have to remember that. So we have to attach the you have to attach here, go to actions, and we have to attach here the role. Yeah, you'll get a modify am role. So we have to attach here the role, then only it is possible for the communication between one service to another service. It was showing rewriting. Let me load again. Yeah, this is how you can configuration everything, like what is the users, what is group and policies and everything. And hope you understanding the concept, and do remember to attach the policies role for that. And please subscribe my channel understanding and upcoming section on every topic. Do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and share with your friends who want to learn AWS. Thank you.